I don't know why I'm saying happy Saturday, given that time isn't real anymore because we're in quarantine. I can't even go to work, and you know, it's still Saturday though. It still helps to have some kind of routine and feel like time exists in some way, shape, or form, I guess. If you're new to my channel, my name's Aaron, or Stay Weird 1993 Vlogs if you follow me on YouTube, or Stay Weird 1993 if you know me off any other platforms. Don't know what my vest is doing. I'm just trying to work it out in my webcam. Like, what the hell's going on here? It's like lower at one side. Eh. Whatever. So, we're just going to jump back into leveling, which we were doing before. So, obviously, I've got Dragol here, my Magheart Orc Hunter. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump back into what we were doing, which is we were leveling through Grizzly Hills, and I was fanboying about how much I love Grizzly Hills, which is true. This is it's my favourite zone, or well, not my absolute favourite. That would, I think, my favourite zone in this game is either Ice Crown or Frostfire Ridge. And Frostfire Ridge is for aesthetics, not for anything other than that. Because I mean, there's not much content in the WoD, but some of the environments were gorgeous, like Nagrand and stuff like that. I also really enjoyed again Ice Crown, but it wasn't really for questing. It was just for the lore context of Ice Crown, I believe, that I loved it so much. I really enjoyed where was it now? Krasarang Wilds in Pandaria. And I enjoy anything that's got like an old god influence, or anything that is to do with the Scourge or Fallen Empires, things like that. So again, it's like Nazmir. I liked Nazmir because of the whole ruined troll empire / blood trolls and old god crap that's going on. Just checking my recording software's working, which it is. Sorry, my incense has gone out. Ah, yeah, the Alliance Foothill soldiers will kill me. Again, the aesthetics of this zone are amazing. It is like, well, I suppose it's because of the connection, I suppose, with Northrend being an almost Arctic style zone. They're going for the whole fjord design, I suppose, with this. So they're going for a, by the looks of things, they're going for like, I imagine this is based off. It reminds me of a lot of places I've been growing up in the Highlands of Scotland, but I believe this is probably more based off places along the lines of Norway, Sweden, places like that. But I love this whole aesthetics. It reminds me, as I say, of a place where I used to go into the country with in Scotland with my family when I was younger. And it was just surrounded by woodland, so it wasn't like you were around people. You went to like a log cabin. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to burn Voldrasil's corrupt sapling to obtain its ashes. Oh my god, the sun glare is crazy. Let's have a look what Beats Walls is doing. Leveling. We've also got to do that. So we've got to get some Voldrasil's seeds. I don't know where to get those from, so... I imagine the seeds are distributed in... Ah, yeah, there we go.
do not have a target.
That's the sapling.
Too far away.
So what we're doing now is we're just going to we're sort of gunning through this, but we've got to collect Vordrasil seeds, and we've got to burn the sapling at the bottom of here. So this is the corrupted world tree that was planted, Vordrasil. And I believe it was corrupted by the fact that Yogg-Saron's tendrils run through all of Northrend. So what we fought was actually a much smaller part of his body. It was like the central part, I guess, like the brain and stuff like that. But then, you know, the actual body of Yogg-Saron is much bigger. And Yogg-Saron, he'd sort of grown into the land of Northrend. You know, he'd sort of melded with the land, and he was underneath it. Which again, I think is an interesting take, because the old gods, we don't really know the limits of their corruption. And we know about Ny'alotha, but there was no other old gods in Ny'alotha. So it's not like when they die, they all go there. So my question is, why did N'Zoth have Ny'alotha? And did N'Zoth create Ny'alotha? I believe he did, with the horrific visions stuff. It makes sense for him to have created Ny'alotha, but also, can the other old gods go there? Or do the other old gods have their own realm akin to Ny'alotha? Or is Ny'alotha much more than we actually saw in the raid? I love the lore behind these things, because Ny'alotha is clearly based off R'lyeh from the Lovecraft books and the Lovecraft lore and universe. So R'lyeh being the sleeping city that Cthulhu sleeps in, which I thought was a very interesting take. So the sleeping city of R'lyeh is where he lay dreaming. I was watching a documentary about H.P. Lovecraft earlier. Being my favourite author, that's probably not too surprising, but I'm fascinated with the guy himself as well. He was such a strange man. So what a lot of people know about him, of course, was that he was a shut-in, and he was quite xenophobic, so he had some racist beliefs. But at the time, a lot of people did, given the context of the time in which he lived. So I'm not saying it's okay, I'm just saying